Welcome back, everyone. We've got Game 3 here for you in this best of 3 between NAR and Summer's Rift. MLG Pro League Season 2 playoffs, and this is the final game for the final spot to get themselves to Austin, Texas. I'm Durka here from the JD Studios. We'll head straight to the draft, and I've got a couple of people that can keep me sane through this series, which has been very hectic. Nahaz and Kart. How are you doing, Nahaz?
I'm doing well. I mean, everybody needs a little bit of help to stay sane through NA Dota, but Summers have changed it up a little bit. Ban out the Disruptor, which certainly Fog did a great job on that here in the last match, but very surprising to see that hero coming out in the first phase. And because of that, Summers Rift are able to pick up both the Gyrocopter and the Earthshaker. Of course, this is something, by the way, I am ordinarily never a fan of going double core in the first phase, but I feel like this is the one exception when you're going to leave the Queen of Pain and the Shadow Fiend on the table. I feel like you take this every day of the week because the Queen of Pain can operate in all three lanes at the core position. The Shadow Fiend can be mid or safe lane. Your draft is still wide open.
Yeah, definitely. Broodmother there, banned out fourth. Now, Disruptor and Shadow Demon both taken out by Summer's Rift. These are both very sort of heavily focused supports in both chasing and catching, but also laning-wise. You've got Thunderstrike to zone, Shadow Demon has poison, you've got Glimpse and Disruption, both work, in similar ways. You get one target, you lock them, or you bring them back. They're great at chasing with Demonic Purge, but I think Disruptor, his big AoE presence is also a massive factor here, which
for sure.
Summer's Rift really do not want to be dealing with. Their fourth ban, so far they've taken out 3 support heroes. They're limiting a lot of what NAR can do, but I feel you've got to now switch your focus a little bit over to, not looking at offlane, is banning out a 4th support, taking out the Dazzle.
I really do think you're going to see this in coming weeks. If the meta continues to evolve in the direction that we saw at the Summit 3, you're going to see bans becoming more and more focused on supports. I mean, supports are just having such a high impact in these games with fights occurring nearly continuously. And, once the support pool is already pared down, the value of restricting your opponent's options even further goes up a little bit. Still, though, even with their options very limited at support, if you gave me the choice of a 3-core combination in this metagame right now, Quap, Shadow Fiend, and Clockwork, this is a very, very good core combination currently.
Yeah, and all 3 of these heroes pretty favored by NAR. They've got our Shadow Fiend once again, MSS Clockwork, but bleak on the Queen of Pain. I'm not sure how they fare with that. They obviously do this game, or this series, have crit stand again for Korok, not in this game. While over on Summer's Rift, worth mentioning, they have Tralf, also known as Hitch, over there, playing their carry role, while Demon has been sticking on that support 4, roaming around. Nikwa standing in on the off lane since they've lost Dragon Fist and Banana Slam Jammer. For NAR, though, we're talking about their limited support options, and what is
there's the Darkseer again.
There's what, Witch Doctor?
Well, the Skywrath Mage is something that Fog still really likes and seems to me to be still pretty good here. Witch Doctor, a little bit surprising, honestly, that you'd prioritize banning the Dazzle over the Witch Doctor. Still, there's obviously some pretty strong synergy with Dazzle and Clockwork, but I expect that I still think Witch Doctor and Skywrath Mage are going to be your two supports here.
10 seconds remaining.
Lion, Ancient Apparition.
Lion, I don't know. Lion has just not felt as powerful to me lately. I have a hard time articulating why.
When you aggro try or aggro dual lane against a Lion, sure, he seems really great. It's like, I've got Earth Spike and Hex, I can stun a couple of people, but his HP pool is awful. His armor is completely bad, and his stat gain isn't that great. So even if he does get up to level 3, he's not great at stacking and pulling. He doesn't really clear through creep camps or transition to jungle, and he needs Tranquil Boots. Like, he needs that movement speed to be able to catch up.
Yeah, he really does. Now, I mean, Crystal Maiden has the same problem, but I don't know. It's very strange for a hero that the Witch Doctor is kind of the obvious choice to me. I think that the last pick is you're going to see them. I am surprised that they went with the Lion over the Skywrath Mage, but again, though,
oh my god,
given how much. It looks like, the Gyro is going to be this really hard farmer currently in this lineup, and it is worth getting that Finger of Death out of the equation.
Remaining.
Wow.
Okay, well, so what is amusing you, my good friend?
5 bans on supports. Just that. That is
unusual. I'm telling you, though,
Time.
I think you're going to see more of this. I mean, look, we didn't have. I guess you can
Team
consider Phoenix a core. He's usually played in the offlane position, especially with Nico on the board here. But I think you're going to see, if the meta continues as it is, you're going to see more and more of those bans concentrated around support picks. I mean, they're so crucial to this kind of early game skirmish style.
Storm Spirit.
Well, there's a Storm Spirit for Summon's Rift, so mid to safe
Radiant
And
lane.
you're gonna see Brax on that Storm mid. That's certainly a hero that he's very, very comfortable playing. You saw and there's the Skywrath Mage from Fog. So that's certainly both drafts much more along the lines of what I was expecting. Kind of this has become the cookie cutter 6.84 draft so far, and certainly all the players right now, I feel like, are very, very good on their respective heroes. This is what you want to see in a game 3. I feel like all 10 players are very, very good at the heroes that they're going to be playing in this game.
Hopefully we will see a good performance from Nico on the Darkseer. Again, there's so much to actually combo up with here. Call down, Echo Slam, Storm jumping in with that Ball Lightning isn't something to sniff at either. But overall, NAR,
I think you're right, though, that to highlight the Darkseer, because he's Darkseer in particular has just had such a miserable series in games 1 and 2.
remaining.
He has really struggled to contribute at all on the teams that he's been on.
5 seconds remaining.
and then when you look at his actual role here, sure, the Earthshaker is going to be moving around, and Rubik can also play that role as well, and we saw Demon play that really strong playmaking bounty hunter in game number 1, which they were lacking in game number 2. I don't know
Prepare
which lane
for
they move
battle.
to try and help out, because Earthshaker kind of has to be defensive on the mid lane with Brax, help him out against the Razors and the Arcane Bolts out from Fog. You mentioned it in the last game. Fog likes to be a nuisance with this Skywrath Mage moving from lane to lane, and he can stack and pull and things like that as he goes on that little run. Bleak will be actually safe lane Queen of Pain here, while MSS Clockwork on top. So they've got pretty stock standard lanes. There's nothing too surprising here. I think Rift, it comes down basically to how well they move.
I agree. I think that's the key for both sides. I mean, Fogged is going to do it on this Skywrath Mage. I mean, you saw flashes of that from Demon in the previous game, but Fogged, I think, does this better than just about anybody else on the Skywrath. He'll actually look to TP into the mid lane, somewhere between about 3 and 5 minutes, just throw out that concussive shot, and often he'll just get a cheap gank, especially on a hero like Storm Spirit that's certainly very vulnerable before he hits his level 6. But once again, you got to look at this Darkseer and say he's going to be, once again, against a ranged hero in his lane. He's not going to be up against like somebody like a PA that has to stand in and tank Ion Shell to get last hits. I think these supports are going to have a fairly easy time dealing with the Ion Shell spam.
Yeah, one of the biggest things about Darkseer offlane, we're seeing a bit more of Nyx and Darkseer and things like that. It kind of in the same vein as the strat that we used to see from some Southeast Asian teams, some Chinese teams, where they had Axe and Zeus or Beastmaster and Phoenix, the dual lanes, to draw in, suck in these supports and force them to stay on the safe lane without allowing them to actually roam around.
Yeah.
Darkseer can do this, but I agree. Queen of Pain is such a great self-sustaining
30
safe
seconds to
laner
battle.
that she doesn't need her supports to get kills or harass or do her job against the Darkseer. She's going to be perfectly fine.
Exactly. It frees up these supports to really have an impact on the mid lane too. And you can see Nikwa learning from giving up the first blood in a previous match. Doesn't get too deep into that Radiant jungle. By the way, +1 to what Ush said. Shout out to Korok. He's one of my favorite players for a long time, and isn't playing in this
The
particular
battle
match,
begins.
but hope to see him back in the game soon.
Stupendous.
Well, Radiant Ward placed out there. Dire Ward down here. So, Kart just said that MSS spotted the ward, so Dire Observer is known. The Radiant got theirs down first, so they know exactly what is seen, and MSS can adjust accordingly. He's not going to get too ballsy. He's going to know exactly when the supports are coming in from the side. How much vision does that give him? Okay, he can see up to there, but he doesn't see the sort of movement around in that fog area, which you do like to, place sometimes a ward up in this region. But he can pull across. One of the great things about Radiant offlane, he's got a sentry as well. He's got 2 sentries, and already the vision's gone. So no aggressive lane ward there for the Dire, and mid lane, Earthshaker sitting with Brax on this Storm. While Fogged Skywrath giving Shadow Fiend decent time at mid, but that's a good Fisher. That's a great Fisher. It's not blocking him in. How the hell is that a way through? What?
Oh my goodness.
Ush is redefining the game
Now,
here. He's
please.
sitting there typing, hacking into the freaking mainframe making sure he has a pixel perfect way through the freaking fissure. What?
Oh my gosh, that is so unfortunate. I thought that
What?
was if that's on the dire side ramp, that's a block for sure. Oh my goodness.
That is going to be so disheartening. Like, yeah, we've got first blow. No, we don't. He's escaped. But
Yikes.
they do a lot of damage. They force him, through a bit of his regen. Fogged. Wait, did they give him across a salve or something? Must have given him something else. And Whitebeard is here, just getting ready.
I mean,
for Fisher.
Whitebeard's like, gosh darn it.
Come on, Ush, just put yourself in that position again, so I can fisher you again, please.
No, this is not the standard Earthshaker lane positioning. This is the semi-tilting Earthshaker after a Fisher that should have blocked and didn't.
Well, so far last hit wise, SF is 10-3. You've got 8-2 over on the Storm Spirit. Jar's doing a good job at top. Queen of Pain, we talked about how good she is against Darkseer, but that doesn't come until, level 3 or so. Early on, this level 1 Iron Shell is incredibly strong. Pushing the creep wave, she's getting denies, but still has to deal with lasting on the tower occasionally.
Yeah, in all seriousness, though, you really do need to. Yeah, okay, good. So Whitebeard is going to go ahead and move off as the Earthshaker. You really do have to be careful about sapping too much XP from a Storm Spirit early. No, he's going to go right back to it.
Oh, man. What is the difference, actually? About 130 XP? He's also missing out on stacking.
Right, exactly.
He's controlling runes, like, fair enough, okay. But the Shadow Fiend... Oh, what? Radiant got both runes.
This is so strange.
Well, Whitebeard is getting harassed down by the hasted Fogged, who got his haste from bot. I didn't see that. I was watching bottom lane as Osh got the bounty at top. How does that happen against Oh well.
Well, I mean, you almost answered your own question though, because this Earthshaker, his positioning has just been a little bit atypical. He's been a little bit farther forward, a little bit more aggressively positioned than we've seen. Most Earthshakers that I've seen recently are sort of looking to control that middle area of the map.
MSS, decent cogs here. There's no telekinesis, but the rocket, a homing missile, chasing him down. Movement speed allows him to get to the tower, but they've got the rocket. No, they don't have rocket barrage, but it doesn't matter. One right click with a Fate Bolt.
Wow.
Bring down the clockwork.
And that, it is hard for me to think of a hero that I would rather not give up First Blood to right now. The Gyrocopter is just so terrifying as it is.
Yeah, 19 and 17 and 6 as you see the Storm and Shadow Fiend going blow for blow at middle lane in terms of last hits. Fogged comes in, tries to make that move. You're saying, 3 to 5 minutes in. Not the TP move just yet. He'll wait a little bit longer for that, but he's only level 2. You kind of want that level 3, so you've got 1-1-1, and then you're looking for these kills. But crit on the Witch Doctor. He has been doing decently down on bot lane, stacking, pulling, getting himself some levels, while Darkseer has been forced into the jungle. He's level 1.
He's level 1, but MSS not doing too much better.
Yes.
Oh, we said that, and now he's probably going to get a free kill.
Well, Earthshaker, not
And they're
the
going to
greatest
That's
hero
really
against
good by us to let MSS go ahead and take that kill.
Wanting.
I mean, that puts him up to level 3. He's got some gold to play with now, and that's where the Darkseer being forced out of lane this early does really start to hurt. But still, that there's no discussion in my mind. I will trade free farming Quap for free farming Gyro any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Like, free farming Gyro is so terrifying to me.
Yeah, also the fact that Nikwa has the option to farm the jungle, which he's doing now, stacking up large camp. He's nearly got his soul ring done, while Clockwork, he needs the help of Fogged up here, just for a short while. Get some damage down onto that Rubik if he does play aggressively, which they're looking towards mid to do. Whitebeard and Demon both.
Yeah, Ush knows that.
Telekinesis secondary, yeah, Brax now with the damage, but that's a good TP. Arch is still caught with a Vortex. Very early level here from Brax, double raise, only catching the first one as Demon. Right click down, Fogged on the hunt. The salve is going to be good with the Arcane Bolt. That's not going to finish him off. He should be just fine to escape with 16 HP. Whitebeard though, on the other hand, is still caught in the cage that Clockwork made MSS. Fogged, Demon. They both turn back into each other and trade off their own lives, but 2 support, the Shadow Fiend and the Scarth Mage, that's a good old trade.
Yeah, and suddenly Storm, ends up with over 1,000 gold in his inventory after that fight, just insta-buys the Soul Ring.
No tread? Okay. And now fills up his bottle with a stupid little trick there. Demon places it down on the ground, so full bottle, a couple of charges his way as well.
Fortified.
Last hit-wise, nothing has really changed. Queen of Pain, though, she's started building up. 31 for 11, not too far behind right now. But look at that Darkseer. Sure. 12 of those or more are from the neutral creeps. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that because Storm hits... Okay, Storm is level 7.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly I was going to point out after the 1,000 gold that he lived through that previous fight, and that's just a huge difference. When you have a big engagement like that early on and your mid is the one that survives,
Thought you had
that's
that,
a
you?
hugely winning trade. Especially when you're talking about a matchup like SF versus Storm.
Earthshaker has suffered quite a lot though. 322 gold, no boots, no anything really, as he's struggling to find any semblance of farm. Maybe if he helps out Nikwa at bot lane, he can get himself some boots and 100 gold, but they're not really going to find a kill onto this Quap. He's gone 1-1-3-1. So no 2 points in Shadow Strike. The fact that Nikwa left the lane at that sort of vital moment, the defining moment when you think, okay, level 2 in Shadow Strike here could possibly get me a kill, slow him down after Surge, but instead going for the full nuke power. Oh, Radiant stacking jungle. Shadow Fiend has got a ton of gold ready and wait for him.
Yeah, the difference though is that Nikwa is going. I feel like Nikwa is going to be able to recover so much easier than MSS. MSS, just where is he going to get his gold and XP from now?
It's going to be kills. But the thing is, he needs level 6 to get kills.
Exactly.
Unless he gets lucky, like top rune spot, cogs in the Earthshaker. Because you know, his boots against no boots, then it's not really going to happen. Oh man, no. Whitebeard. No.
What?
He buys sentries.
Hey man, I mean that's 5 life right there. Tryhard supports, baby.
Demon has tranquil boots. He's got a TP scroll and a magic wand. What more could you want for this Ruben?
That's the patented Peter Dagger 6th position right there, man. I'm telling you. No boots.
Okay, style. Give EGM that 3.5 roll while you run around as Keeper of Light with nothing. Well, we'll see how he fares. Brax, sentries down, Observer Ward's gone. He's got his Tread Soul Ring and 650 gold to name. So, picks up a bounty rune, not looking too shabby. Nikwa, on the other hand, still going into that mech, it looks like. Still has a fair way to go. But Bleak, he is the hero that sat on this bot lane for quite some time, and you brought up early on. Gyrocopter farming is going to give them a lot of impact, you know, get those big items very quickly, level-wise obviously as well. Rocket Barrage is maxed out, they've got the cooldown, so 1 TP from the Gyrocopter. You may not think about it because, you know, he's the one-role hero, he's meant to be farming, he's meant to be going into the jungle, and all of this nonsense that we used to see from Juggernaut and Troll. This Gyrocopter has so much magic burst early on that 1 TP could completely swing a fight around where, you know, maybe you lose the Earthshaker, the Storm, he comes in and wipes the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's not or anymore with Gyrocopter, it's and. You know, you can have team fight impact and farm. I mean, that's just the hero right now.
And it's not trivial, either of them. You get the full old efficiency from farming and team fight.
Yeah. I feel like the single biggest thing things that bother me still about NAR is the decision to trade off the Quap for the free farming gyro. That it puts a lot of pressure, and you're gonna see Bleak is waiting around here, understands that he needs to help MSS make a play, because the other concern is MSS has to start getting kills or he's just gonna be a drag on the team.
Like, if this was a level 6 Clockwork right now, which 9.5 minutes in, you'd kind of expect him to hit that marker. This would be a kill already. The TP's in, the movement forward, that would have been hook shot, bam, dead. And Bleak gets a kill with Sonic Wave. But
this is going to be a big test here. NAR know that they need to make something happen, but summoners have to be expecting this.
Well, they're moving in. Tralf caught out, but he gets the cooldown, and the Rocket Barrage! Mystic Flare will finally kill the Clockwork off, but they've lost 2. It's pretty devastating. MSS going to be the 3rd to fall as Brack zips into the cogs, finds him, and will take him down. No levels, no gold, no nothing for you, MSS. They trade 3 for 1. The Gyrocopter gets taken out, but he's still got a massive bank.
I mean, it's just, at this level of play, that move is just way too obvious. Crit's probably going to fall to Nikwa down here, too. Just deepening the NAR woes. Yeah, he's got enough for a surge, and that's going to be probably enough to get the kill.
Cast slows him in his tracks.
Yeah, MSS might get a much-needed recovery kill here, but the damage, I feel like, has already been done.
Well, Nick was going to try and surge, Rocket Flare, and Bleak picks up the last hit. But.
I mean, it's way too obvious in that situation when you see the Queen of Pain disappear from lane all of a sudden. You know exactly what's going on.
Radiant's top tower is under
Oh, is
And
it
attack.
really that bad
just
for PPD?
ganking a gyrocopter at this point in the game is so risky unless you just burst him down immediately. And he was the one. Remember, he was the one that got the kill because the Queen of that got the experience rather from that exchange because the Queen of Pain dropped first.
Melee range into Rocket Barrage and cooldown.
Yeah.
A scary prospect, but Fogged is level 7. The Scarth Mage has been able to build up in levels and has a decent amount of gold, 700 or so, with Nil Taskman walking around with Observer Wards. Crit on the Witch Doctor. What are we looking at for him? Earn soon on the cards, but Ush is actually going for that mech build once again. He's 400 gold behind the Storm Spirit, who's close to that Bloodstone, farming the jungle right now. Gyro, have we seen? Yeah, going for the full-on stats. Ring of Aquila with the drums and phase. No treads this game, so not feeling the absolute need to tank himself up fully,
Dire's bottom tower
but
has
definitely going for the
been denied.
slower incremental build-up.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
but
under
the
attack.
difference is now that Ush had that really scary fast mech timing in game 1, but right now Brax is ahead of him. And Brax has the build with going into the Bloodstone that's actually going to enable him to farm faster.
Fog,
Oh, nice play by Fog. Man, I'm telling you.
level 1.
Very, very
seal, though.
close. Any support right there from his teammates and Fog gets that kill. I still really like his Skywrath Mage. Oh, this is a huge
that's
play.
nice.
Okay.
Sonic Wave, a little bit of overkill, but they get the kill on the
The
Gyrocopter.
timely S4 rune there from Crit.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Exactly
under attack.
what NAR needed to get them a big kill and get them back into the early game.
Now, against heroes like Queen of Pain, Storm,
Dire
the
structures are
mobile
fortified.
intelligence heroes, so often you see Scarth Mages prefer to go for a few more levels in
Radiant
agency.
structures
Here,
are fortified.
Fogged has gone max arcane.
Dire's
4-1-1.
middle
Oh
tower
man, in
is
comes the Whitebeard Earthshaker, but the mech is out from Marshall already,
Dire's
delivered
top
just now
tower
pretty much.
is under attack.
He heals up the rest of his team. But Scarth Mage going for the full nuke damage here with Arcane Bolt. 1 or 2 more levels in Ancient Seal would have got him in that 1v1.
Yeah.
And it's so good
Radiant's
against
bottom
Darkseer as well.
tower has been denied.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you have 1 or 2 pairs of Arcane Boots on your team, that max Arcane Bolt build can be really good in these prolonged engagements. But I mean, as it is, he's not going to have the mana to sustain that.
Darkseer. Is he going to escape here?
Yeah,
Battery
Hookshot's still
assault.
on CD. There's really nothing they can do unless
coming from the
Crit can
side.
come in for the cask.
Crit? No, the cast is going to bounce between the
Bait.
two of them. Storm tries to dodge through it. The Maledict will be enough to bring down Nikwa. But MSS walks into a Remnant. Brax is just going to be able to pick up one and now walk himself back into Fog, who has no mana left. Brax, soaring popped. The mana regen from the bottle as well, but now he's himself in a pretty rough spot. Caught between 3 enemy heroes. With the double kill he's got, he'll still lose his life. Flies up to the Bloodstone recipe, which puts him 800 gold or so away from that completed Bloodstone.
Yeah, still though, that's a pretty big win. As NAR give up only their 2 supports in exchange for 2 cores on Rift.
Yeah, true. Tralf is still farming up at top lane, and the amount of commitment that NAR needed there to get those 2 kills was everyone. They sent all 5 heroes there, no farming, just complete fighting. But the experience of gold you get, also the fact that you're taking
Radiant's
someone's
top
Rift
tower is under
momentum
attack.
away from them right now. So it's going to be a massive bonus to you. So net worth wise, what are we looking at? We've got 6.8, 6.9k up on the Storm, who's just died. Up at top, wait a second.
Oh, the hook shot is missed
shot
there by MSS.
Does not land. And Demon stunned up. Maledict turns back with a stick charge. Hook shot was stolen. Demon! It's his turn on the Rubik to get the big old steals.
Injury.
Gets back onto Tralf. Holy
Oh my
crap. Are they going to
God.
go back in here? They smoked themselves up looking for the tier 1. Tralf walking back in. He's got
Radiant's
face
top
boots.
tower
Drums
has
in
been
10
denied.
seconds time, but they don't have enough
Dire's
to chase.
middle tower is
Maybe
under
with an
You gotta
aggressive
feel for
hook shot
MSS.
there, they would have been able to.
Well, MSS missed a hook shot on creeps to start that fight, and then immediately gets it stolen by Demon. That's like, oh, that's a hard life.
Oh, that's on basically that's on me, team. That's
Yep.
that's on me. But you do see Bleak still going into an Orchid. 15 minutes in, it's starting to get to that period. Or Crit caught by the Storm. No escape from that as Maledict thrown out by Demon. Level is that? Level 2.
Well, it's a Orchid is still the build here to me because you've seen enough of Storm's inventory. You know he's going first item Bloodstone. That Orchid still really limits what it gets you free support kills, and it limits what the Storm Spirit can do in fights.
Yep. You can still think about a Storm Spirit going for a Yule Scepter though. Against Ancient Seal and Orchid, against Clockwork Hook into Cogs, there's no big reason not to go for a Yule Scepter after your Bloodstone, which has been a
it's true.
progression that we've seen quite a lot.
No, that's true. I mean, it stacks. I mean, again, it's what you do on Storm Spirit. You stack mana regen, and that item, it just brings so much to the table. I mean, there's a reason, even post-nerf, there's a reason that you're going to see that built so much, especially now that Mech was nerfed again.
Look at his farming ability, though, from Trell. Heads into the jungle, stacks one camp, moves over, and with a flat cannon, is clearing through these creeps.
Yeah. Neither team, though, really like chain stacking the jungle as you might. I mean, that's there's just not time for that in this meta. Your supports need to be so much more active that the kind of chain stacking of the jungle has become a little bit rarer in this version.
You have to do it on your way to somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Rather than, you know, setting aside a time, like scheduling everything. That we used to see from a lot of teams, like, okay, at this time we're going to stack Ancients, at this time we're going to stack these 2 camps, these 3 camps. Right now it's, okay, I'm on my way to gang mid. Oh look, it's, you know, 1 minute and 50 seconds. Let's look to stack this camp. I'm on my way, so 2 seconds away, let's go and do it. They have got a couple of stacks of Ancients, or well, 1 stack of Ancients here. Storm Sprint should be able to clear through with basic right-click attacks. I was actually just going to stack it up one more time. Gyrocopter, the natural guy to go and take that. I thought maybe the Storm could do it himself, but Hookshot going to be looking here for Brax from the other side of the river. Can they get across this canyon and actually onto that Storm in time, though? Because the rest of their heroes are relatively immobile.
Yeah, I mean, NAR does have kind of a nice team timing progression set up here. It should be, if everything goes as we expect, it should be that Bleak is going to finish his Orchid at the same time as Ush has BKB and Mech. So there's going to be a window here, right? Even with Storm having his Bloodstone, you know, Gyro making some pretty good progress, having both the drums and the Helmet of the Dominator. There's going to be a window here when Ush finishes his BKB where I feel like NAR can make some fights happen.
Okay, first off, NAR have kind of gone back to this full protect one where they're like hugging each other in their own jungle, and you know, allowing Bleak to farm, getting the Shadow Fiend some farm as well. Did Hookshot just... MSS just Hookshotted Fogged. Okay, that's a tragedy. But my main point actually was coming over to Whitebeard. Have you seen where Earthshaker has been sitting for the past 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, and I don't know. This is like, you know, not everybody can be Owie 2000 and like sit in the trees and pop out and push the lane every once in a while. It's not new meta, guys.
What is he possibly waiting for over here?
I don't. The really puzzling thing about it is that he doesn't have. It's not like he has a blink.
Yeah.
So it's not like if they all TP to that tower, he's gonna be like, aha!
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I mean, if they all TP that tower, he's still going to be an Earthshaker walking out of the trees and being like, don't notice me, guys.
Wait, did Brax just cut through the trees so that Whitebeard...
Watch this, after we just flamed him, he's going to get, like, the Fisher of his life. Watch this, Durkin. Oh,
well, MSS is here as well. He's not going to hook shot. Brax can't stop. They don't have enough damage left. Brax is just going to... There's a Fisher catching 4. Okay, GG. Whitebeard, GG. Well played.
All right,
that's the play. That's the freaking play.
All in the plan, man.
Yeah.
You doubted.
I didn't. I didn't doubt for a second. I was just bringing to light the fact that he had sat there for a reasonable amount of time and we hadn't seen him do anything just yet. His plan was waiting to come to fruition.
The trap was set.
And it's all a big bait, so Jara can go and farm some juicy Ancients. Clearing through these not too bad. And Demon and Whitebeard can get some much needed experience because the Rubik is nearly level 11. He's getting into that 4-staff range. And level 2 ultimate. Start stealing some of these big skills like, you know, Sonic Wave, Hookshot, Requiem, Death Ward. There is, I'd say, almost nothing over on NAR that is bad to steal. You know, that doesn't make an impact in the game.
Can I also just say that, like, using earn charges to farm Ancients, love it. Somewhere Black is smiling. That's drum charges, but still, same thing.
Yeah. Earn charges is the most useful thing ever. Oh, crit. Oh, how do they know he's... Oh, they've got that deep ward. They got the deep ward that watched him go into the jungle. Crit. They know you're there, buddy. They know you're there. Brax is just going to zip himself over. Find the Witch Doctor. You can't stay in the trees. You're just going to die. That's a good Orchid, though. Now, Brax, suicide very early on.
Suicide?
I mean, they don't get the kill, but that was incredibly preemptive. Now the hook shot, this one's not going to miss. The Mystic Flare down onto the Gyrocopter, Blade Mail from MSS. Elsh looking to fight up Nikwa. The wall is dropped, a vacuum onto 2, but Fogged and MSS. There's not much damage they're doing back to themselves with these illusions. Or is there? They both die. Demon now on the Hunters. pushes Arsh onto the wrong side of the fissure. MSS, the Clockwork, Cogs, Battery Assault, traps Demon in. He's just continuing to fight as Brax is respawned, jumps in with Arsh, does find that kill in the back end, and MSS with his blade mail up, it's down now. Rift find one after the other.
Of course, of freaking course, with the next level suicide, Brax is able to come in at the back end of the fight, get his team 2 extra kills. Of course it works out that way. I quit. Oh my god, what a game. What a game Dota 2 is.
That wasn't just an early suicide, that was a, I'm on 90% HP here, I'm gonna suicide.
No, that was like, I got this, guys. I'm gonna kill myself here, so I respawn in time to come in at the back end of the fight and get us extra 2 kills. It's all in the plan, just like Whitebeard. It's all in the plan.
We've seen it a couple of times where, you know, storms have gone in, it's like, okay, my team, they're all dying, I'm just gonna suicide here, I've got 20 charges, heals up the entirety of his team, and then, you know, he's back in the fight. But this one was fully next level. Like, getting back in there, I agree with you. I think it all was down to the timing. All down to the timing. Brax gets back in, gets his team another couple of kills. Gyrocopter, sure enough, he died. But he's still sitting on 1,500 gold and a wide array of stat items.
Oh no, I mean, he's like, yeah, Gyrocopter is like 100 gold away from his BKB right now. I mean, that fight was just so golden for him. Like, he's able to just sit there and farm, and yeah, okay, fine. You know, we're worried about the Shadow Fiend being ahead. Suddenly, you've got 2 core heroes on the Dire side after those 2 fortuitous kills for Brax. You know, oh, I'm sorry, those 2 completely planned out in advance kills for Brax. You've got 2 heroes on the Dire side that are just about even with the SF.
Radiant's bottom
and what is
tower
Brax's next item? BKB for him. The net worth lead is looking pretty good for Summer's Rift. 7,500 and climbing. Definitely trading.
That's a really. I just feel like NAR. That fight, they just squandered a major window, and the next window coming up is going to be for Rift. They're going to have double BKBs up on the Storm and the Gyrocopter, and I mean, Darkseer's got all he needs. He's going to BK. Oh man, this is. I feel like if Rift play this correctly, the next fight could be very, very hard for NAR, and I feel like the best move that they've got is to go and try and force the action right now, but they're not going to.
What is this magical item on the Earthshaker as well? You know, he struggled to buy boots, he bought a lot of sentries and wards, and then he got himself a soul ring. All of a sudden, he has this item that allows him to teleport it into a team fight, and maybe Echo Slam?
I'm telling you, man, this is the new kill bounty system. That heroes that aren't getting last hits in fights are getting so much more gold. Like, when you see Tiny Wisps now, like, all of a sudden, when Tiny Wisp snowballed, Wisp is like the second highest net worth on the map. And it's all because Assist gives so much gold relative to kill bounties now.
Well, Hookshot will scout out this Roshan.
Oh, I mean, Rift with that last fight, they've just made the game really, really hard here for NAR for the next 10 minutes or so.
Osher's in no position to go and contest this. He's waiting for top rune now. No, back, forth. He can't make up his mind. The rest of his team are getting ready to go in, but look in the background. Look at Whitebeard blinks in. Echo Slam catches 2 with a fishery, catches the 3rd. MSS over on the side, that's a hookshot in. Demon has the hookshot again. MSS ripped apart by that Gyrocopter as Brax keeps on zip-zapping forward. Finds the courier. The only 2 heroes left are the Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain. The contest just wasn't there.
Wow, a couple of white pings here for that man right there, the Whitebeard. I mean, you want to talk about being in the plan. That was the frickin' plan right there. Absolutely wrecks the NAR backline in that fight.
He gets the Echo Slam on 2, fair enough. But it's, oh man, no.
He may almost have just won the game for Rift like there. Like that was such a play.
It's the tertiary fissure though. Like, he hits the 2 supports and then he gets the Clockwork as he's just hookshot in. Which allows Demon to steal the hookshot, which then he hookshots back into the other heroes, and it's just a complete wipe pretty much. You gotta feel
he set the table. He just set the table. Oh god.
Really? Well played, MSS.
Nice. Next level rocket. Oh, beautiful.
Wow. Boom, there it goes. I'm pretty sure we've just seen a gif of that on Reddit as well.
Hey, you know what? That was Rift being incredibly generous to our viewers and getting everybody an extra 2 items. There you go.
I thought you were going to say it balances out the game and gives NAR a little bit of gold that they really desperately need.
Yeah, they do. They do. Because once again, it really... I thought that we were avoiding this because of what I saw happening early on in terms of their farming. But once again, Ush is sort of on top of the boards, and nobody else from NAR is really keeping up. I mean, that Quap is just barely ahead of the Rubik, for goodness sake.
Yeah, scraping by. Bleak Orchid hasn't really done a lot this game. The Queen of Pain, against Earthshaker and Rubik, good supports that can play both defensively and aggressively. The fact that Summer's Rift haven't put heroes out there. The dogs here went back into the jungle. There were no kill attempts on him. They've let their, I think the big thing is here, they've let their tier 1s fall. We haven't really, apart from that one fight where Jaro killed the Queen of Pain, seen Summer's Rift defend their tier 1s. They've always gone and found something else to trade off.
And oh boy, this is a dead witch doctor again.
BKB for Storm, and Bleak has blinked in the hook shot. Blink falls from Whitebeard. He's got the Glimmer Cape and can blink himself away, which he will do, but oh man. If they see him, if they have any inkling that he's down there, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I don't think they're even gonna waste time with him anymore.
Vacuum back from Nico Brax, forced back
nice
by the
cogs.
MSS. On top of things here, just allowing the rest of his team to escape.
But I mean, this is what is just so terrifying to me about this patch. Like ordinarily, okay, fine, you lose a big fight, the enemy carry gets a couple kills, and like he's a third of the way to his next major item, and that's never good. That's obviously really bad. But it's like now you lose a fight, and all of a sudden the enemy supports have Blink Dagger and Force Staff, and I mean that is just a Rubik and an Earthshaker both with Blink Dagger and Force Staff coming up here in a minute or so is just so terrifying at this point in the game. These supports are so powerful.
Where does the damage come from NAR? AoE damage from Sonic Wave and Requiem raises. It's all very situational. It basically comes down to, does Summer's Rift group up? If yes, we do a shit ton of damage. If no, we're kind of screwed a little bit here, unless we get a hookshot Mystic Flare and land all of these abilities onto one target. But the follow through from Summer's Rift, like we're gonna see them ready and raring to go right now, prepping to go high ground onto Ush straight away. The Vortex called down, getting ready for the turnaround as the BKB is forced out from that Shadow Feed, and that's just gonna be a big red flag saying, okay, well he's got no magic immunity now. We can either back ourselves up because Aegis is expiring in a minute and a half, or we can go for round 2.
Yeah, and they're going to do what they should do, and they're going to set up a smoke. It's probably a little bit obvious that this is a fake back, and yeah, you can see NAR. Oh, they may be fooled. They may be fooled. If they're fooled, they're screwed. Oh god.
Does he have buyback? I'm not sure if he does. He does not. Queen of Pain does. The Glimmer Cape is good with the mech out onto Ush. He's still slowed up by that Fisher. MSS vacuums back. They don't have a wall. There it is, but not going to catch the Shadow Fiend. One more right click out. Somehow gets healed up through it all. Demon blinks forward and steals paralyzing cast. Brax, Aegis Immortal, he can, afford to expend a life here.
I mean, the smoke, the fake back worked brilliantly. You can see it was just enough to get the NAR supports just a little bit out of position, freeing them up to go on Ush. And they don't get the kill on Ush, but still.
Put the fear
I mean, Gyrocopter cooldown's back up right now. They do not have to leave.
Yeah, and Brax is getting close to full mana. Full HP as well. Nico has Vacuum, they've got cooldown like you mentioned. Cask and Telekinesis on Rubik.
13 Bloodstone charges.
Echo Slam's a big one though. Because if NAR do commit to a fight, if they do commit to, killing Storm, which is like the one hero, okay, we go and kill this one guy, or the Gyro. Because they know the Gyro's BKB's down for another, 15 seconds? If they do commit, they're grouping 3 or 4 heroes around one target. That's where the big old echo from Whitebeard comes in.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a 13 Bloodstone charge Storm Spirit at this point. He's micro jumping just to avoid the Arcane Bolt spam from Vog. Oh lord.
Glimmer Cape, he's got BKB as well. Maybe he looks to turn this as Skadi slows down Nico. Cooldown though. In comes Whitebeard with the Echo Slam. Ralph just keeps on right clicking. Full staff out from Demon, allowing him to escape from the fogs, and now Requiem is wound up and takes out Clockwork. MSS brought down. Second to fall. The Sonic Wave and dying Requiem. People are just dropping left and right. Summer's Rift have lost 4, but Brax keeps on trucking through on the crit. Mana is remaining, and now looks for Bleak. Not going to find that kill just yet. Could turn things around, but Sunstop, the damage output, just enough to bring that Storm down to his knees.
Oh, and he doesn't get off. Oh, that's actually pretty greedy there by Brax not to suicide.
He's TPing in. He wants more.
Oh my goodness. Crit actually got off a really nice Witch Doctor ulti. Positioned himself really nicely behind the barracks there. Got off almost a full duration ulti, and really the damage the damage output that fight came from the supports using their spells really well from NAR.
Yeah. Like we saw 4 Requiems or something like that. The Requiem from SF, from Rubik, and the dying Requiem from both of them. The Sonic Wave, you know, across a couple of heroes isn't too bad. But yeah, it comes down to the supports, their positioning. Glimmer Cape usage from Fogged has been spot on. He's saved Shadow Fiend, you know, at least twice in the past 2 minutes, which has allowed them to keep their racks healthy, keep them alive. And now you see a BKB done for the Queen of Pain, so...
Yeah, still, but the difference again, though, the difference this patch to last is that all of a sudden, you know, last patch that last fight would have been like a 5K gold swing, and this patch it's more like, you know, 3K. I mean, it's just you don't get nearly enough from those. You don't get nearly as much from those successful high ground defenses, and plus the fact that the rewards from taking down racks are so much bigger gold wise.
Yeah, very true. So now Ghost Scepter on Fogged, MSS. No closer to his 4-star. Still with the Staff of Wizardry.
Big difference though is that Bleak did manage to live there, and so he's almost caught up. He's got the Orchid and the BKB. I mean, he's still a couple K behind the Gyro and the Storm Spirit, but it's, you know, a couple of minutes ago, Gyro and Storm were sitting at 11K, and Bleak was like 8K. I mean, he's closed the gap very nicely.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, he was pretty close to being on the same level as Neek with his dogs here. God,
exactly. No, he was just barely ahead of Rubik, and that's. Oh, yikes.
What does Demon steal next, though? He's building an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, the answer in about another 2.5K gold is whatever he wants.
Very true. But we've seen him still hookshot a fair amount of times. We've not seen a big Sonic Wave from him just yet. Requiem was taken from Osh by Demon. So it looks like Summer's Rift. They just want to go back down to this bot lane and throw bodies at these racks. Is there a glyph available? No. No glyph for another minute and 20 seconds, so it's all down to the timing. If they can push now and take down 1 Rax, the melee most likely, it's going to be great for them.
NAR is going to go for the smoke here, but it's still a little bit out of position.
Smoke into what?
Well, smoke into we need the move speed to get back to defend our racks.
Well, BKB is caught by the Queen of Pain, jumps forward, the Scream catches 4, but 4 step out from Nick with the Sonic Wave, and Hook does catch the dogs here, but here's the cooldown, here's the Storm, they've slowed them all down, and Demon got the steal, returned it onto Ash. Bleak and Crit both on the retreat, but Ash has no one to save him, especially when there's a Fissure across 2. Cask will land onto the Storm, but there's no real follow-up damage here. Summer's Rift have lost their Rubik. Gyro is still available, but I don't know, both teams running at each other, realizing, okay, we've thrown everything we have, and not too many people have died. Support from support, and that's going to favor NAR.
Yeah, MSS had the buyback, which is a really big deal. His buyback was definitely worth it because it was enough to force Summoner's Rift off their base. But really, NAR blew a lot on some not so important heroes in Summoner's Rift. I mean, the Gyro and the Storm were sitting there on almost full health when they had 2 heroes down on the side of NAR. But the Clockwork immediately brought back, which is the right decision. But Rift are going to play this properly and just going to go ahead and go in and take Roshan. And I think they probably are going to take it fast enough that there's no possibility that this gets contested.
Yeah, like rockets are flying, but Whitebeard has spotted out after picking this up before. Archer's walked too far out of his base. There's a good Echo Slam. Fissure, BKB TP will just about allow him to escape, but now there's no BKB to defend the base. The hookshot across will catch out Whitebeard. Shiva's out from Brax, and they're just going to have to give up this kill. Earthshaker down. Silence onto Brax. He doesn't want to waste his BKB as his team's still taking Roshan. Slowly chipping away. The Gyro doesn't have that much damage.
Really strange that they would split up like that. I thought that they were going to just go ahead and take all 5 heroes into the Roche pit. I mean, they had Darkseer's combo up. Like, it's very, very hard. If they just take 5 heroes into the Roche pit there, it's very, very hard for NAR to contest. And now they stay. This is strange.
Oh man, NAR. There's no hookshot. There is a Death Ward level 2. Ush has Requiem at the ready, but again, there's no BKB for him. Bleak walks into the pit, but they'll find out now that there's no one actually in here. Whitebeard respawns in 10 seconds time. Brax, you sure you want to do this? Actually, Bleak blinks forward into telekinesis, into the rocket barrage, and now he's going to make a run for it. But does he have? Yes, he does. Blink up, Brax chases straight after him. Mystic Flare, Nikwa ripped apart. Full stats out the Cox though, as Trell right-clicking the Agent Creeps with a flat cannon. Ush, not long for this world, will get taken down. Bleak brought back. Jumps into the middle lane to try and clear down this creep wave, but Fog, Demons on the hunt, blinks forward. with the Glimmer Cape. Fog does keep himself hidden in the shadows for now. Demon, double blink. He's going to jump forward, jump back. A little bit of a dance there with Fog's Skyround.
And also, wow, that was really strange. I mean, Bleak just YOLO'd at the beginning of that fight. There is really no other way to put that. He just YOLO blinked forward into pretty much all 5 Rift Heroes and then immediately bought back and is not going to be able to get anything done with that buyback.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, we were saying how Queen of Pain had done a good job catching up. Yeah, so much for that.
That sets her back pretty massively. Well, Whitebeard, Blink, Full Staff, Echo Slam on cooldown. How are we looking? Yeah, all ultimates will be ready for the next big team fight outside of the Radiant base. There is one tier 2 standing and remaining, and Darkseer's Blink Dagger. That gives them so much more actual jump potential. Now they don't have to wait and rely for NAR to make the first move, which they've kind of been doing. Now they can get vision up onto the high ground, get some observer wards into the Radiant base, and allow Darkseer to do the hard work for them.
Yeah, and I mean, you can really see just how farmed all 5 of the Rift Heroes are compared to NAR. I mean, it feels like I keep bringing up net worth, but the dynamic to me is just it's so different as in previous patches.
Yeah, Osh goes for like a last-ditch crit. This is this is his way of saying, okay, the last stand, guys. No buyback. No nothing.
You got to get damage from somewhere, and that's the most cost-effective way to do it.
It does lead, like you know the Queen of Pain without buyback. Demon. Hello,
He's
Demon.
Got the double blink. Yeah, he's showing it off.
Spam pings out from Nick. We're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he's thinking, Turtle.
Of course. Of course that's
There's absolutely no flaming going on in this game.
What the hell are you doing, Jimmy? What are you doing? Brack silenced up, but again, he's got BKB, Aegis Immortal. There's no way they're taking him down 2 times in a row.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
getting
attack.
tipped away. Alpha Wolf with illusions. Ralph not putting himself in harm's way. You know, he doesn't have that safeguard of the shiny red item in his inventory. Brack jumps forward looking for the quick easy on someone in the back lines. But forced that back into the safety zone by his teammates. Now Ralph and just clear out creep wave. The Alpha Wolf, it kind of needs, you know, yeah, just bring it back a touch. Make sure it's safe and healthy. Guardian Greaves out from Nikwa.
Oh boy,
healthy.
Now this is Storm with back up to 14. Oh my God. Oh, Lord.
He is a cheeky devil. Demon. What a player. Okay, NAR jumped on now. Brax finds the Shadow Fiend. The Shiva's out, but again, Glimmer Cave's good. They've got no sentry walls, no reveal. Mahoma Missile will chase him down. Nick, we're back to the low ground. Brax dodges out the cast. No, he doesn't. Still gets stunned by it somehow through the ball lightning. So this is very last ditch here from NAR. They're just throwing spells out, making sure they don't lose anyone. But with Ush now caught, maybe they lose someone. 3 men into the wall. A Fissure as well. Sonic Wave from Bleak is good, but how good is it? With Joragopter surviving through everything, not getting hit by a single down spell. Ush dropping low, slowly but surely. The Iron Shell and right clicks will bring him down. And Trell right clicking away at the Rags, making sure he chips away at Bleak with his Black Cannon as well.
This is GG if Ush goes down here. That's it.
Requiem stolen as well by Demon. Channeling and cancelling and faking and jumping and blinking, and you don't know what the guy's going to do because it's so unpredictable. First lane of Rax is gone. Summon's Rift find themselves in a pretty... they've been in a commanding position for the majority of the game, but this lead is, you know, hammer over the last nail over the coffin.
Well, the saving grace is that NAR still have a tier 2 up mid, because if there was not that tier 2 up mid and the creep wave is still pretty far pushed in mid over the Dire River, if the creep wave, if they didn't have that tier 2, I think that's double racks right there with Ush with Ush's dieback, and as it is, it really sets him back. I mean, you can see just how much of a gap that Gyro and Storm have opened up over the Radiant cores.
Well,
but as it is, I didn't see that mid tier 2, and so NAR are going to get at least one more shot at this.
Looks like that's the case. Mid tier 2 is going to be relatively easy to take down here. There's not.
It's just a safety valve, meaning that they can't. If that mid tier 2 is not there, that's almost a free double racks.
Yeah, for sure. Whitebeard has boots of travel now, so he can freely go and stand in the fog in some trees wherever he wants to and TP into the fight. And then he spams out
Radiant's middle tower is under
3
attack.
sets of sentries and 3 observer wards. Okay, buddy. I see what you want to do. Get some high ground vision up in the base. Allow that Neeko blink vacuum.
Radiant's
Has
middle
been
tower
pretty
has
potent.
fallen.
They got 3 into the wall, not the 3 big heroes. Back. Silent stop, but he forces the Glimmer Gate. Fogged, scared for his own life.
Yeah, how long? Still a couple minutes to go here on this. About what, a minute, 2 minutes to go on this Aegis?
Over
No,
here.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Oh, okay. They got to be careful here. I hate that
That is
clock.
because
I hate it so much.
At the 3-minute marker, it disappears. So yeah, like maybe 10 seconds now, something along those lines. So it's going to expire,
Yeah,
but he'll heal back up to full. So he will get up to.
Yeah,
full
he'll heal back up to full, but they've got to be careful. There it is. God, I hate that Roshan clock valve, please. I mean, I know that what you just told me, but I still managed to misread the damn
No,
clock.
it took me like 3 weeks or a month or something of like solo casting and being the lead caster. I was like, okay, I have to learn this. I'm looking at the Russian clock and thinking, well, it's 8 minutes, and then there's the dot and there's the line, and then if you carry the 3, it's one of those situations where your brain just goes blank completely.
It's quantum physics to figure out where the Aegis is going to expire.
The up clock is going to change the side clock, and
I love the
make it
pings,
stop.
by the way. From Whitebeard, like, what the hell are you doing, Jimmy? Like, this is just wonderful.
Well,
Radiant's top tower
I'm going to be
is
watching
under
very closely Whitebeard and Neeko here. The call down. Ralph is going to be a deterrent. Brax goes forward. They found Ush. They've hexed him up. Brax with a hex now. Vacuum into wall. Fogged and MSS. Both trapped and Ralph ripping them apart over on the left-hand side. Ush BKBs just to escape. Just the Requiem. But he's going to lose his life here. A couple more clicks out. Ralph. No. Fisher. No.
Radiant's
Not
top tower
quite
is under
enough.
attack.
But they'll still get tier 3. Rax. Mid lane will fall shortly after as well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Summer's Rift. Looks like they're closing out this game. Looks like they're on their way to Austin, Texas, and Brax goes forward. Is Silent Stop and doesn't have a BKB. The Mystic Flare's good. The Sonic Wave better in jumps. Whitebeard though. Echo Slam onto 3. Bleak. The Glimmer Cape keeps him alive. And Demon with a stolen Death Ward. Aghanim Scepter upgrade or not. There are no targets available for you. He's picking it out saying, why? Why is there no one to bounce? But GG is called. Summer's Rift will be your final team at X Games. MLG Pro League Season 2 knocking out North American Rejects here in this final game. Oh,
Yeah.
big.
I mean, what an upset. With all the roster changes, I mean, this is, I believe, Neeko and Trouf's first official series with the team. But I mean, let's be honest. They played better 5-man Dota. They picked their fights. They got farm on more of their heroes. They were the better tactical team in this series. And it just goes to show you, this is part of why it's so exciting watching and casting Dota in the early days of a new patch. The team that adapts better is the team that wins. Summer's Rift, they adapted better, they straight out played better, and they earned their spot in Austin. So congratulations.
Yeah, well, that's it for us tonight, guys. We've got our full arsenal of teams for X Games. What is it? Alliance, VP, Team Malaysia. Then obviously EG, they've been given a direct invite. But now Summer's Rift making their way across there as well. We've got quite an array of teams going across. Who did I miss? Vegas Squadron, of course, got their spot the other night. Then Mouse Sports from the upper bracket of this America qualifiers. So we'll see how these teams fare. That's it for us tonight. Thanks Nahas for joining me. You can check him out on Twitter at NahasDota. Cart on stats at CartDota. Always a pleasure. Any shout outs? Anything left to say?
No,
Nahas?
just my usual thanks to our viewers for tuning in, and hope to see many of you in Austin. This is going to be a really good time.
Yeah, well, good night, everyone. I'm Durka. You can check me out on Twitter and Facebook at DurkaDota. Hopefully you guys had a good time. It's been a pretty good series. Very back and forth between these two teams. Obviously, they know each other quite well. But good night. Have a good evening. I think Gigabyte Challenge is done, so there isn't Toby on the JD Red channel anymore. Yep, that's all finished up. Tomorrow, I don't think we've got anything. We've got a pretty quiet week until later on. Later on, we've got some pretty shiny things in the works, don't we? Nahas, good night, man. Hopefully, see you sometime soon.